Here come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassett with a shot, and he scores! He tries to net walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresic gets a shot away and scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores!
And then towards Cox, goes to the shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, first over the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The 2017 regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Borealis. Borealis are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Hello and welcome all to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium tonight for this game, this AHL game between the Melbourne Mustangs and Newcastle Northstars. My usual sidekick, Steve Lindsay, is away tonight, so joining me tonight is Alyssa Longmuir. Welcome, Alyssa.
Hi. Yeah, Mustangs games seem to be my speciality.
Yep, so we've got, as was last time, we've got Alyssa here with me. We're filling in. And, yeah, big game here. Newcastle with a very small chance, and it all rests on this game. So, obviously, this is a team Newcastle needs to win all their games, and including this one, to get in, as Mustangs currently hold fourth place.
Yeah, they just got it. Win over the Ice Dogs last night was definitely putting a nice little buffer on that for them. So everything's kind of settling in with finals not too many weeks away.
Hello, number 5, John F. Kennedy.
Just 3 weeks away just now. So we're closing in now on the finals. A couple of minutes left on the warm-up. So Alyssa, one of the advantages of having you on tonight is we get to talk about the announcement this week about women in ice hockey. Is it a conference happening in Melbourne at the finals?
Yeah, it's essentially a women's hockey summit. It's pretty much my favourite piece of hockey news I've received this year, which is saying something because there's been a lot of good women's hockey news this year. But yeah, it's essentially on the Saturday of finals. They've got a bunch of women in sport, not just from ice hockey, coming in to kind of share their knowledge with Women's League players and team personnel and just people involved in growing the sport in Australia. So you've got people from AFL, and obviously they've done great things with their Women's League this year, and the way that's kind of exploded really quick. Netball people are coming in. They've got an ex-Matildas footballer coming in to talk about how soccer and women in soccer and football have kind of like grown that over the past couple of years, and that's been something that's got a lot of media attention, I guess, and they've learned a lot from it. So it's set to be a really good Saturday morning that I'm very excited about.
Very good. It has been huge the last few weeks for women in sport in Australia. We've also had the Australian women's cricket team with the big wins in their increase of page. It's
the Matildas winning the Tournament of the Nations, which I am still screaming about pretty much daily.
Well, let's have a look at these teams tonight. There are a few changes. So a big change I've noticed for the Mustangs is the absence tonight of number 89. So Patrick Kane is on the bench tonight. He's not playing. We're not sure why. You were at the game last night, and he had a good game.
He seemed fine, from what I saw. Scored his 100th AIHL goal, which is obviously a massive accomplishment. That's not a super long list of players that have that. But yeah, on the bench.
They've got a couple other players missing. Jack Hayes. I noticed that Corey Stringer, Damien Bright, David Foster, Byron Schumer, Auburn Martin. Some of these guys aren't regulars, but definitely like Bright is. So that's a big loss for the Mustangs. For the Northstars, they've got some good news. So Matt Morantz is playing tonight. Number 9, he's been out a month or two.
Wild.
Yeah, probably 2 months with injury, but he's okay to play, and he's here tonight. And a little surprise, a cameo by JFK.
Crowd favourites back.
Yeah.
He was back the last Mustangs game as well.
Yes.
Something about Mustangs games seemed to mean that I'm in the booth and he's on the ice.
It's a reunion tour. The lights are coming out, and the warm-up is done, so we'll be back on ice in a minute, and we'll start up with the national anthem and get this game going. So I might go through the team list. For the Melbourne Mustangs, number 1, Fraser Carson in goal. Matt Beattie was wearing number 3. Andrew Bellick, number 4. It's Matt Stringer wearing number 11. Vadim Vyasov in 13. Jackson McCoy in 15. Maxime Langelo-Perron in 16. Mitch Humphreys, 24. Jamie Burke, number 23, the old captain. We've got Michael McMahon in 25, Brendan McDowell 29, James Kruger 41, Sean Jones 51, Anton Kokinen number 56, and Troy Robertson number 61. And coaching is Michael Flaherty. If you could read out.
Yeah. So with Newcastle, we have number 3, Matt Lindsay. Then we have number 5, JFK obviously being back. Number 8, Hamish Powell is also on the ice. Number 9, Matt Morantz. Number 11, Tim Stanger. Number 12, Joe Hatcharik. Number 16, Jason Chalker. Number 20, the captain, Pat Malloy. Number 23, Matt Wattini. Number 25, Dave Ferrari. Number 26, Zane Jones. Number 27, Liam Manninwaring. Number 31, Charlie Smart. Number 30, Nick Metzem. Number 28, Hayden Sheard. Number 91, Pat Naden. And number 96, Steve Kuhn. Coaching, of course. Andrew Petrie.
Okay. Stay with us. Off. Okay. Sorry, there little audio problem to solve. Just waiting for players to get back on the ice. Here we go, Newcastle's on the ice. 15 minutes on the clock of this AIHL game. So, as we said, this one crucial for the Northstars. At this stage, maximum points is 42.
Yeah.
That's very, very thin. So, really, things need to go. But, of course, it all starts with this game. Obviously, they're taking it seriously. This is a chance to keep the season alive, even if it requires Mustangs to pretty much lose most of their games going forward. But
it's a double-point game. They literally have to win this game.
Very true. And there's an opportunity there. Bright's a great player. Pat O'Kane, of course, fantastic player, one of the league's best for a long time.
Yep.
And for all those watching, whether it be Newcastle, whether they be overseas, I know Pat's dad is usually watching these games, and I believe we've got no pressure, Alyssa, but we've got a group down at James Motel in Melbourne listening in as well. So
hope you're all having a great feed.
Yes, and have a one of those tasty beers for me, please. We're about to have the national anthem, then we'll get underway with this game. Just one other game tonight, and that game is Melbourne Ice in Canberra.
Melbourne Ice v Canberra, after last night's as well. Whew.
15 minutes on the clock. We're about to get this AIHL game underway. Of course, there's some pretty good shooters out there for the Mustangs. Anton Kokkonen, Jamie Burke's having a career season this year.
He's been doing phenomenal. So.
Matt Beattie has been great as well, and of course, I think Kruger's only had one bad game, and James Kruger, and that was here with his first game in the AIHL.
And even then, you have Carson back as backup. So.
Yes. So of course, Kruger hadn't played a game for a couple of months. He was a bit cold. He's not cold now. He's been playing very well lately, and will be difficult to beat. So the inclusion, though, of Matt Morantz will give a bit more depth to Newcastle's couple top lines. Of course, last time Matt was playing, we did have Zane Jones back either, so someone to keep an eye out for, not just for us, but the guys on the ice as well.
Yep.
The guys in white and orange will have their heads up when 26 is on the ice.
Did you see the birthday cake of the hit on Cam Critchlow?
Certainly did. It's a first. I've never seen an AIHL moment played out in a cake before. It was pretty spectacular.
Very impressive.
Rick West has got the stripes. He's refereeing tonight. We're about to start this game. And we're off. Face-off is won by Newcastle. It's thrown forward by the captain, Bert Malloy, and stopped up by Kruger into the corner now, and Newcastle keeps it alive. That's Steve Kewen. Shakes off the hit. A quick shot from the point by Malloy. It's bounced off the boards and it's gone to Jones. He gets it out of the zone. Mustangs now breaking out. They've gone wide up the left wing. Into the zone carried by McMahon, and he'll dump it in. Newcastle beaten to the puck, but they get it now behind the net. Breakout up the right wing off a skate. Into the zone they go. Cross pass. Good one. Charcharik. Room. Can't beat Kruger. It's loose. In skates. And somehow the Mustangs keep it alive. Net's off, so stop a play. Matt Lindsay getting the shot away. That was very close there for the Mustangs.
What they really don't tell you about when you have to put on a mic is that you can't scream when things like that happen. So
yeah, you do have to put a lid on your emotions.
Internally the entire time.
That's right. Yes, you have to be excited on the inside. Unless you're play-by-play, you can let a little bit out.
Yeah, I don't get to do that.
JFK's on. Number 5. And he takes a hit. So he's played one game this season. It was, as you said, against the Mustangs. So this is his second for the season. Hired by Humphreys, a new addition to the Mustangs since we last saw him. And a big hit there mid-ice by JFK. Welcome back to the AIHL. That shot on Charlie Smart goes past and out the other side. He can't keep it in the zone. So Beattie carries it across. He's been another stellar play for the Mustangs this year. Can't redirect on net, and it's bouncing. So I think it was Jamie Burke couldn't get that backhander away through the neutral's eye. Into the zone they come. I think it's Zane Jones, but he's cut his hair, so I can't really tell. And he's been called for a high stick. Yeah, there was no question on that one. It was spotted by Rick West, so he'll be sitting 2 minutes and quickly was penalised.
Someone really should have told me he cut his hair before that, because I was literally looking, being like, who is this skating?
Yes, he's cut his hair short, and I think
he's lost the mane.
Lost most of the facial hair too. He looks very different from last we saw him a couple of weeks ago. No question on that one. Easy call for Rick West, so they go back to Charlie Smart's end. Burke hands it off. Mustangs setting up the umbrella. Puck goes around, and Newcastle will get it out of the zone, skating up, and dumped in by Steve Kewen, and into the corner by Malloy. So a fresh breakout coming with Burke carrying the puck for the Mustangs. Up the right wing he goes. Pikes it inside, right across the ice there to 24. It's Humphreys. Humphreys reverses, and he's taken out on the boards. Beattie keeps it alive. Nice pass inside. Shoot, scores! Through the screen. What a shot.
I guess, starters, you want to go on, and for the Mustangs, you want to win, because this puts you that teeny tiny bit closer to securing it down, and finals are in Melbourne. They want that.
That's strike quickly there on the power play, and I believe that was Jamie Burke, and that was a quick release to get that away and pick the corner. He was practicing those shots in the warm-up, and the practice seems to have worked. He's hit it right on target in the top corner and in. Back underway, the now Mustangs leading 1-0 in this first 5 minutes of the game. Up the left wing and dumped in by Stringer. He goes into the boards there with Pat Naden delivering the check. And another check, so Naden playing a physical game so far. It was Kokanen, pardon me, it wasn't Jamie Burke. Newcastle getting out of the zone, loose possession, and there's been a penalty called on the Mustangs as they touch the puck. I'm not sure if it's number 4 or number 61, I believe it's number 4. So Andrew Bellick will sit 2 minutes.
I think that goal, well, no, Jamie Beck would have got a point on that, wouldn't he, on that goal, I think?
I didn't hear him called as one of the assists. Humphreys versus Jones on the face-off, won by Jones. Kewen gets it out to the point. Walking the line is Lindsay, he gets back to Kewen, to Hacharik. Malloy's with there, going the back door as Kewen with a nice move, but couldn't connect on the pass from Hacharik. And out of the zone it goes, and down to the other end for Matt Lindsay to retrieve. He's watched by Humphreys, fakes, and then sends it around on the reverse. Up the right wing now, Newcastle. Cross those passes, picks off the stick nicely of Hacharik, makes a move, moving in, drives to the net, and kept out with a good stick check there. Kruger was ready for it. Quick release here. Newcastle looking pretty organised so far. Definitely attacking mindset. Of course, they can't afford to lose this one. Steve Kewen. Around the boards, picked up by Hacharik. He's behind the net. Pursued, he scoops it out to the red line, and a stop of play must have crossed the line. It's called by linesman Darren Hardy-Hawken. No, the net was off.
No, assuming Burke didn't get a point on that goal, that puts Kokanen on 39 points, which is just one behind Jamie Burke for the Mustangs points lead, which, if you got two guys almost on 40 points for a season, that's a pretty good indicator you're doing okay.
Well, that brings us on. I saw in today's stats that Hacharik on 40 and Kewen on 39, so these guys are running neck and neck as well. You're checking my stats, are you? Actually, I didn't write them, they were great.
An entire page.
Newcastle reversing, breaking out of their zone. Up the right wing they come, and it's getting onto it is Morant, number 9. Good to see him back. Shot on net, and a save by Kruger. Just off the upper arm, so a little risky, but he's smothered the puck. Kept it away from Naden and Watini, and we'll have a resumption of play in Kruger's end.
But yeah, no, you're right. We now have 4 players on the ice within 1 point of each other, all within the top 10 of the points race. So, heating up.
Joe Hacharik started off a little slow this season, but he's been on fire the last half dozen games, including a couple of 4-pointers. Shot on net, a big one! Huge from Zane Jones, off the arm gear of Kruger and into the netting. I'm glad I was not standing in front of that one.
Yeah, no.
That looked like decapitation material right there. Face off, Hacharik. Vyasov, the other. Vyasov wins that. Into the corner they go. Scooped up by Kewen. They keep it in the zone somehow. Shot on net. Redirect and a save by Kruger. Beauty. Malloy getting the tip. Stopped by the skate of Jones, and into the zone goes Newcastle. Kewen has the puck. He drops into the corner for Hacharik. Redirect, backdoor attempt from Jones, and couldn't get on target on the one-timer. Shot on net, and another one. And Newcastle at the moment are dictating play. The penalty is over, but Newcastle still with possession. Quick shot off body there. Kewen has to go back to get it up. And scoops it into the zone. He'll pursue it. It's off the pads of Kruger. Lob shot. Can't gather it Joe Charik, and bounces off Jones, and he goes into the glass hard. It was the shoulder that time, though, not his knee where he injured himself previously. Missed on the check. Powell with a hit that time. Another guy who likes the body check. Into the zone they go. Hamish Powell gets it back to his teammate. They get out of the zone, but straight back in it goes with the dump in from Michael McMahon. Newcastle carrying out the zone. Shot on net and stopped by Charlie Smart. Hayden Sheard picks up the puck. Off the line there. And Mustangs get possession. And heavy traffic there in the neutral zone. Skating onto it was Burke, has gone past and out the other side. Shot on net not successful. Newcastle now breaking out up the left wing. Dumped in and chasing now is Liam Manwaring. McMahon gets the push. Cute angle shot there by Jones. Goes out the other side, and now we've got the Mustangs breaking up the left wing. Into the middle goes Humphreys. He's got Burke with him. Burke at the back door. Can't complete on the pass. And puck is bouncing around just outside the Newcastle zone. Now it's picked up into the zone by Manwaring. Shot on net and a save by Kruger. Big rebound. And McCoy there. Mustangs have it in Newcastle zone. A button hook setting up. And it's been stick checked, and out comes Newcastle into the zone. Retz with a quick shot. Mustangs breaking up out the middle. Goes Jamie Burke. Stick handling. Goes wide to the right. Tries a quick shot and goes through and out the other side. Newcastle with a quick reverse, breaking out. Up the middle they go. Good speed and control from the Northstars so far. Mustangs have been great on the counter. Rants. Backhand. Chance. Great one there for Steve Kewen, but couldn't complete. Saved there by Kruger. Shot, but you can see it on the way, and Kruger stops the puck with just under 7 minutes to go in the first.
Compared to last night's, there's a lot more neutral zone play happening. I don't know what it was last night. There was a lot of just one offensive zone, other team's offensive zone. One team's offensive zone, the other team's offensive zone. Whereas, yeah, it's in the middle of the ice, and they're fighting for it.
Different play styles, probably. Manwaring can't get the puck away from, I missed that number, I think it was 26. No, there's no 26, so I got that wrong. Yeah, it's 56. There we go. Into the zone they go. Pass inside. It's off, interfered with by Newcastle, and they're going to break out up the left wing. Comes Jones. Quick shot is stopped by the body of Beattie. Been wearing there to support, but it's picked up by Beattie, and up he goes with a burst of speed up the left wing. Goes inside, and it's gone to John F. Kennedy, who's playing another shift. Right now it's a scrum in front of the benches, and Kennedy hasn't lost any of his strength, pushing the player into the boards. Trying to break into the Mustang zone, a dangerous place for both teams to be. Pass inside, goes to Malloy. He tries to get Kewen as he was coming into the back door, but couldn't connect. It was just an opportunity. Burke hands it off. Up the left wing they go. Mustangs take a shot, and it's wide of Charlie Smart. Kept in the zone, so Newcastle need to break out up the left wing. Off the boards it goes. And the neutral zone play continues. In the zone now, Newcastle working around the boards. Hacharik with Morant goes in for a hit. Pardon me, that was Powell. Looks like number 9. It's number 8. Burke. Quick shot and a save by Charlie Smart. 5:08 left in the first. So you're talking about the neutral zone play. I think it's these two teams play a different style.
Possibly.
It was the Ice Dogs last night.
Yeah, it was even just weird for the Ice Dogs. Like, I've been to like significantly more Ice Dogs games than usual this year, courtesy of moving.
No, you've been in Sydney, yeah.
But yeah, even for them, it was just a weird game last night.
So it's probably where they're putting, if they're playing a 1-2-2 or a 2-1-2, that sort of stuff. So I think it's probably a sign that the Northstars are playing a 1-2-2, and Ice Dogs are probably playing a 2-1-2. Clogs up the middle a bit more when you're playing more defensive like that. Back on the way, and Mustangs had possession here for a while down in Newcastle end. Tim Stanger narrowly misses a check, and Jason Chalker takes that role. Battle down low in Newcastle's end for the puck. Newcastle have it at the moment, and the guys in red are walking up the wall, and Tim Stanger will dump it in on second attempt, and we've got to stop the play.
Got a stick on the ice.
Okay.
Someone please collect your stick.
It looks like Anton Kokkonen, number 56, heading to the bench for 2
not
minutes.
Particularly happy by the looks of it either.
No, he was not. So an opportunity for the Northstars. They are down 1. Mustangs scoring in the first few minutes. Holding was the call. Face off and pushed forward by Hacharik, so Mustangs have possession. Kept in the zone by Matt Lindsay. Kewen struggles to keep Pongrong off the park. Newcastle trying to break in. More traffic in the neutral zone. McDowell versus Jones. And there's just a little subtle niggle happening in the back play at the moment. Just cut both teams, a little bit of a chop or a push in the back of the head or something off the plate. Nothing mean so far, just showing they're serious, I think. Jones at the blue line. Flies across and it's intercepted. Mustangs are away. Coming in on close. There's a 2-on-none. Shot other side. Saved by Smart. Mustangs trying another, but they are short-handed at the moment. He's not able to convert on that opportunity. It was a great opportunity. Kewen off the backboards. Malloy battling against McCoy in 15. Kewen looking for support. He's got Malloy in front. Lindsay and Jones out on the blue line. No, Lindsay and Hacharik. Hacharik now. It's loose in front. Save! Kruger off Malloy. Couldn't get the shot away quick enough. And a great save to keep his team ahead by 1.
For a second there, I thought it was almost going to be the reverse of the last Mustangs Northstars game, which, if I remember correctly, I think the Northstars got 2 short-handed goals that night. There was at least 1. And there was a power play situation clearly happening on the Melbourne end that they've since fixed.
Face off, won by Newcastle out to the blue line. Sheared with a big shot. He's got a good shot, and it's gone straight to Manwaring. He's setting up. He's got old captain Matt Watini in front doing the screen. Out to neutral ice, so I'll need to break out. So Morantz will dump it in and pursue the puck. And instead it's cleared by Robertson in 61. Mustangs setting up. They've got a man pretty open here. Takes a shot and a save by Smart. Oh, it's off. Second shot, a rebound, and he scores. So Mustangs up 2-0 with 2:13 left in the first.
It was even strength, so I didn't speak too soon.
Yes, the penalty had expired. That was a good bounce, but it was a bad mistake. Led to a great save by Smart. But unlucky bounce has gone straight to the shooter and gone straight in. Just chopped that a bit. He got enough of it and went in top corner and in. So that was 16 Longeau-Perron. If you can't hear that announcement, it was the second goal scorer getting the Mustangs ahead 2-0. And that'll put more pressure on the Northstars. in this must-win game. Saved by Smart. We've got just under 2 minutes to go in the first. Face off to the right of Charlie Smart. Darren Hardy Hawkins drops the puck, and a shot on net is intercepted by Kewen. And chance for, again, for the Mustangs, a quick shot and a save off the pads. And that was Perront again, Monsieur Perront, with a chance for a second goal. Into the zone they come. To the back door comes Kewen, and sneaking in was number 20, Malloy, the captain, looking for the pinch. Coming in on the pinch, looking for a shot. McCoy, 15. Gets around a couple of players, can't get past Malloy. So slick moves there by Hacharik. Backwards, forwards, other side, can't get it past. The pass was too good even for Morantz. That was highlight reel stuff.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it didn't end up with a goal for Newcastle. Kokanen, quick shot and a save with a glove of Charlie Smart. .106 left in this first period. 2-0 now the lead for the Mustangs.
Another defensive zone face-off for Newcastle as well, which is less than ideal in their current situation.
Yeah. We'll need a clean breakout. They're doing the face-off. They've done pretty well in that tonight. Kept in the zone, and a quick shot on net by McMahon. Goes out the other side for Burke. Back to McMahon. And it's intercepted mid-ice and chipped out by John F. Kennedy Jr. And Jones has picked it up, apparently offside or under 1 minute now. We've got 47 seconds remaining in the first. Humphreys pushes that forward off the face-off and it goes to Newcastle players, and that's Captain Bert Malloy will dump it into the corner. Kruger stops it up for Robertson. Up the left wing they go, and it's chipped out and up ice. It goes from McDowell. Skating onto it is Burke. He's watched by Matt Taylor. Pardon me, by Matt Lindsay. 22's not playing tonight. Into the zone they go. Number 9, Morantz. Off a stick and behind the net for Q96. Hacharik keeps it alive, takes a hit in the corner. Too many players, not enough space at the moment, and the puck is frozen. We'll stop a play with 7.8 seconds remaining in the first. We'll have a face-off to the left of James Kruger. Taking it will be, I think it's Andre Perron and Kewen. Quick shot right off the face-off by Kewen, and it's a save by Kruger. Just a few seconds remaining now, and that should see out the period with Jones to touch it. End of the first. Melbourne Mustangs leading 2-0 over the Newcastle Northstars. Any thoughts, Alyssa?
It was a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember who it was, but one of the Northstars players, when we were talking to them after the game, said that they, on average, have 4 goals scored against them a game. They just have to score more than 4. So it's not a position they haven't been in before and haven't dogged themselves out of. They've just got to dig themselves out of it.
Well, it's the strongest team they've had for a while now, since Felix and Tom Poulin had to leave. And this is their opportunity tonight. So yes, they have come back from here before, but it's a good team they're playing. The Mustangs early in the season, not like the Mustangs now. They've been really coming on strong since, well, this is the game after the last one they played.
It's been a long time since the beginning of the season when the two of us were inhabiting the bottom of the leaderboard together.
Yeah, that's right. So neither team are at the bottom now. Just Mustangs have improved far more than Newcastle. So we'll be back in around 15 minutes for the second period. Thanks for joining us.
Brave, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! He drives it in, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood. Teresi gets a shot away and scores! 4-4.
Lachlan going to the net, shoot, and he scores!
And then towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away. Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! Perth take the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The 2017 regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Borealis. Borealis are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Welcome back, everyone, here for the second period. 2-0 lead for the Melbourne Mustangs after that first period. A goal in the first couple of minutes, and then another one. Very nice, taking the opportunity and scoring there for the Mustangs to get the 2-0 lead, Alyssa.
Yeah, it was all but short-handed. And yeah, it's just should be a good second period, hopefully.
Just counting down the final seconds of the period break, and we'll be back in the way in a moment for the second period. So we're just talking about the other game happening tonight. The Melbourne Ice are at the Brave Cave in Canberra. And that one is yet to start, of course, because we started early tonight here, 4 o'clock at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. We've got 2 games this year, starting at 4. This being the first. The next one is the Melbourne Ice game next weekend. Rick West has the puck at centre ice. We've got 15 minutes on the clock, and we're about to get underway. I saw that first period kind of even.
Yeah.
And, of course, not even on the scoreboard, though. So Mustangs with getting 2 goals away. Newcastle with some great chances, but not finishing.
You got to get your bounces, and sometimes you're just not lucky.
Sometimes not lucky, but you got to be good to be lucky too. Malloy carries the puck, and in with a quick shot attempt there by Malloy, and it's blocked. So Mustangs finding to get out of the zone. I'm a long way from the Mustangs end of the ice, so we'll have a bit of trouble calling the numbers at times tonight, so apologies if I can't give you a name number. Matt Lindsay now for the Newcastle, number 3, hands it to Hacharik, who brings it out between his feet again. He's got all the moves tonight, and that's gone right across the goal, and Kruger gets a touch on it but can't control it. His teammates help him out, and up they go, up the right wing. Jones get a push from Lindsay. They're sitting out behind the net. Kokonen takes a hit, and the puck is gone to Hacharik, and he looks for Kewen, but instead it's cut off. I think it's Beattie, is it, number 3? Calling for the puck again. Into the zone come the Mustangs. That's Beattie there. Burke hands it off, but cut off by Jones, and he gets a pass away and it's getting onto his Wearing. Deep down he goes, but Longeron-Perron is there first, and the Mustangs now is a fast start to the second period, a 2-0 lead for the Mustangs still. Smart with a poke check against Jamie Burke, and the puck is going out to Wearing at the half boards. He'll hand it off. Jones, cross ice, bouncing, and a quick shot attempt by Watini. Instead he looks for a pass. Into the corner, pulls out of a hit as it was getting late. Jones hands it off. Puck inside. Watini, number 23, tries to get a shot off, but it's off the skates of the defender, Longeron-Perron, and into the corner. Kept in at the top of the zone by Ferrari. It's loose and Kruger is prone, but Mustangs have the numbers and they've stopped the play with 13:02 left in the second.
Something with the Melbourne-Canberra game tonight that I think hasn't got probably as much attention as it should have, kind of in everyone getting like psyched up in this battle for the 4th place, is that 3rd isn't locked down. There's only, 3 points between the Mustangs and Canberra?
Mm-hmm.
So while I know people have been kind of going, assuming the Mustangs stay their course, should get a Melbourne battle semis, it might not be.
Quick shot off the face-off there by Malloy, and that's stopped by Kruger. Yeah, there's still plenty of possibilities there.
Nothing's locked in.
Nothing's locked down, but the chances are getting slimmer.
Yeah, for all teams.
Melbourne Ice have locked down their position. Pardon me, they haven't. They had one more point.
Yeah,
and
they
one
got
more
win.
point to get to assure themselves the minor premiership, and of course that means playing the number 4 team in the final. Down low, right now in Newcastle zone. Matt Lindsay will pick it off the backboards from Malloy. Up the right wing it goes. Kewen looking inside. He's got Hacharik streaking into the zone, and Matt Morantz. So these guys are reunited after starting the season together. Mustangs on the break. Newcastle have the numbers back though, and the Ferrari cuts off the pass and gets it out to Morantz, who hustles up the left wing and dumps it in once he crosses the red line because they're changing. And number 5 back on the ice. Kennedy looking for something to hit. Nice save by Smart with the pillows, and it rebounds out of the zone for Zane Jones, and he's picked up with a burst of speed. He's coming on net, takes a shot, and it's an easy glove for Kruger at the far end. If the goal was to get a face-off as much as a chance on a shot on goal, then he's done that. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of time. He had some good back-checking there by Beattie, cutting down his options. Back underway, and Mustangs have the park off the face-off. Up the right wing they go, and breaking down a little bit as they were crossing ice but not going forward, and that's caused an offside call. 11:42 left in the second. Still a 2-0 lead for the Mustangs. Face-off. Wattini does not win that one, and Mustangs in possession. Into the zone they go. Shot on net. It's a large rebound, and that was off the post there, off the one-timer. Another shot on a save by Smart. Got some assistance there from the post to Charlie Smart. That's the best kind. If only the post could have also smothered the puck instead of sending the rebound out to the opposition player.
You know what? I think if the post developed the ability to do that, we should all just be really concerned.
Yeah, I would never, ever score in a hockey game, ever. The post is my only option. Get lucky off the inside of the post. Have you considered playing, Alyssa?
I don't have the hand-eye coordination for it. I was the person in high school who just got hit in the face with a lot of balls during high school sport.
I don't think I'm gifted there either, but I play anyway. Because we have beers at the end, so that's why you play hockey.
No, I was a swimmer, non-contact, and even then still managed to split my lip once, which is an impressive skill set.
Well done. Steve Kewen wins the face-off. Malloy sends it around to his team partner Lindsay, but it's bounced off the boards to the Mustangs, and they try to get possession in the neutral zone. Lindsay, with some quick thinking, gets the puck moving forward, and Mustangs will chip it in, but they don't have control, and Malloy sends it back up ice. Mustangs have touched out, I believe, so icing has been scrubbed, and the puck is still bouncing around, and it's currently in the Mustang zone. 11 minutes left in this second period. Mustangs lead 2-0. Breakout forming for the Mustangs. A bit of forecheck pressure, and here they come up their right wing. We're favouring that win this period. Cross-ice pass connects. Cut off there. Humphreys moving in on net, and Wattini and Malloy able to intercept. Humphreys heading to the net. Bumps into Lindsay. Their battle. Malloy has the puck. Jamie Burke, I think, also mixed up there with Lindsay for a while. And Newcastle they're not looking to change. The puck is heading towards the bench. It's a very tight period at the moment. No one can hold possession. Looks pretty messy because it's that tight. There's no room, no space and time for players to get passes away cleanly. It's a bit of scrambling. For Yasov. Tries a pass and leaves it behind. And instead found himself up against the wall of Zane Jones. Wattini dangerously in front of his net, trying to fight off for Yasov and Stringer. Vyasov gets the puck and shakes off McKinney again. Quick shot on net and a save by Smart, and we've got to stop a play. A great shift for that Mustangs line that period. That one over Vyasov and Stringer and Andrew Bellick. If they keep those up, they'll get another goal soon. Face-off will be to the left of Charlie Smart. Newcastle changing players. Ferrari stays out. And he's joined by JFK in D. Charik, Kewen and Rance are swapping places. Rance being a left shot, takes the face-off. And it waved out the Mustangs. I thought Morantz might have got waved out. Quick opportunity there for the Mustangs. That was Jones, but he couldn't get a shot away in time. Pad save there by Charlie Smart. And I think JFK's got 2 minutes for Jones successfully riding the shoulder there. Burke with a shot is just higher the top bar, and it is going to be a penalty on Kennedy. He's without stick. And still up. Rick West's going to get a sore arm. His arm is still up. Waiting to call this penalty. And now it does, so Kennedy will sit for 2. He's not happy about it.
Oh, there it is. We located the missing stick.
Hayden Sheard has the stick. He'll make a delivery to the penalty box. Two-minute power play for the Mustangs. We've got a face-off to the right of Charlie Smart, taking it to Charik, and he's up against Lingerie-Perron. 9:01 left in the period. Second period, 2-0 lead for the Mustangs. Around the boards and hard. Malloy and out of the zone. That had the Mustangs bench ducking for cover as it came around the glass. Jamie Burke has the puck. To the blue line. Humphreys. Lingerie-Perron up to the top of the umbrella. Beattie looking for a screen. Fakes. Beattie still on the outside. The Mustangs try the back door. Perron. Humphreys, 24. Gets up to the blue line. Shot on net and through the screen and just wide of the net there. Charlie Smart's pads not required. Perron. Carrying the puck, moving to the half boards. Cross-eyes past to Burke and goes through to the other side. To the other boards. 55 seconds remains in this power play. Mustangs have great possession, but not able to get much on the inside. One-timer attempt, and that's chopped down Hacharik. Like he's been chopped like a tree. That hurt. He skates it off. Mustangs still on the outside. A great penalty kill here by Newcastle. And a shot on net, bouncing and goes out. Big rebound for Beattie. Currently behind the red. No, now they're in front, setting up for a shot. Trying the back door. No. Now there's shot and a save and beauty across the crease goes Charlie Smart and even gets a tap on the head from Mitch Humphreys with a great save. That was quite a long penalty kill there. Just 20 seconds remains in this power play for the Mustangs, so we've got the second PK unit out for Newcastle. It includes Liam Medwaring, who's only 19 at this stage, and has had a really great year, his first full-time year here in the AIHL.
It's been good. It's nice seeing them step up when they finally go their first full-time year and kind of
yeah, he's been a great player. He's been playing in... he's a guy that played in Notre Dame, as they say in Canada. Are they penalising our... I thought they might have been penalising our cheerleaders out here. So Newcastle down by 2 men as they've been called from something on the bench, I believe. So it was on the coaching crew, and St. Jones trying to get a breakaway. He nearly gets away with it. But we've got a 5-on-3 here for another 9 seconds, and there'll be another power play for the Mustangs. That's a 5-on-4 they'll have. So that's the end of that first power play, and JFK's on the ice. They're going to need him here. No, sorry, it was a 10-minute penalty, so it wasn't called as a 2-minute. So Newcastle are back to full strength.
It's not a penalty you see called super often.
No, and often they just go, the referees often go the full 20 minutes, so he's probably a bit fortunate. But what it does mean that if he gets called for another 10, then he's off the bench.
Not convenient.
And it's up to then the assistant coach to take duties. Steve Keelan with a bit of a breakaway. Newcastle for the first time in the Mustangs end for some time. Matt Morant has the puck. Gets it to the top of the circle. Malloy with a quick release, but it's a little wild and doesn't get through, although it's bouncing now between legs. Mustangs have some numbers, and they're breaking out. Bouncing around off the stick there and couldn't get the shot away is Stringer 11. Halcharik fights it off, and Stringer appeals for a penalty, but he had his stick in there. I think it was a bit each way. Malloy with a chance. And that is stopped, and we got to stop a play with 6:02 left in the second. (2-0) still the lead, so it's been an action-packed period, but no goals. No, he shoots, he scores. Matt Stringer gets 2 minutes, so there's an opportunity for the Northstars. Mustangs winning the face-off, however, and they have the puck. And fired down ice for Hayden Sheard to pick up. Newcastle starting their breakout, and Kokkonen successfully causing problems for the Northstars breakout. Morant's number 9 gets a pass inside, and a little bit dangerous there with a couple of white jerseys coming to cut it off. Intercept. Pat Naden uprooted in the far end, and the puck goes back. Charlie Smart smoothly, carefully fires it across, and nearly goes back for Kokkonen at the far corner. So this has been a real messy power play for the Northstars. Shot on net, it's goal! Top and down, bar down for the Mustangs. So that was a terrible power play for Newcastle. In fact, it's cost them a goal, and it's their own fault.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
Great forechecking by the Mustangs has resulted in a goal short-handed, and that's a 3-0 lead. So more pressure heaped on the Northstars here, and it's a pretty quiet place here at the moment. Another for Langeperon. Lindsay with the puck. In the zone they go. They are on the power play, and they really need to get one here to make up for that shorty, and then they've got to score a bunch more. And once again, great forechecking, another chance for the Mustangs. Here they come down the middle. Stringer to cut it off. Shoots, and no problem there for Smart. Gloves it, but a great breakaway opportunity there for it was McCoy in 15. And the power play from hell continues for the Northstars.
I definitely spoke to you earlier tonight. Go back in time and tell Alyssa not to say the things about the power play.
We're not the ones on the ice, so
Good
we're
point.
limited in what we can influence from here, which is nothing. Matt Lindsay, number 3, has a puck. Whereas number 3, same as his dad did, who you are familiar with from these broadcasts. Charik sends it out to the half-boards. Lindsay with a shot from the point. Just a quick wrist shot, and redirect attempt goes wide. Opportunity for Burke. He sends it back, and a stick check by Smart sent it to the corner and picked up by Steve Kewen. The power play, fortunately for the Northstars, is about to run out. Fortunately for them, I say, as it's been better for the Mustangs and the Newcastle. Charik down deep. And Stringer back on the ice. Newcastle backing up. Into the zone goes Humphries. Great screen right in front of Smart and through the legs. And another goal for the Mustangs. They're up 4-0.
Nice one from Jamie Burke as well.
He picked that hole right between the legs there. A drop pass. Humphries goes right, stands in front of Smart, and right through the hole, through the 5-hole it goes. 4-0 lead for the Mustangs. And I didn't think you could get quieter than the last goal, but it is definitely silent in here.
You could probably drop something on the ice and hear it right now.
Fortunately, they're playing some music right now. Timeout called by Newcastle coach Andrew Petrie, and it's probably a good call. And we've got a change of goalies as well. And Nick Bissen coming out to replace Charlie Smart. And that's not any fault on Charlie. He's had a good game. That one was a defence problem.
Sometimes you've got to do something to kickstart the team, and
You can't let a player come and skate directly at your goalie like that and screen him that easily. And not also take the man coming in behind him. I mean, so many of the games lately have been do or die for Newcastle, but there's zero chance really if this is the result of the game.
is over.
Yes, it's over. No question. Under 4 minutes remained in the second period, so we've still got nearly half of the game to go. But it's going to be, well, Newcastle have played really well at times. It's their defence that's been pretty lacking, and especially in this latter parts of the first and the second period. Mustangs quickly on the attack. Hayden Sheard with a hit on Bellick, and Newcastle get out the zone, but they don't have possession, and it's getting back to it as Beattie. Manwaring, forechecking. And a good forecheck there by Jones. Breaks up the breakout. Manwaring off his skates, pushes it forward, but it's a bit messy right now, and neither team can hold possession. Jones will push it forward. He's into the corner with Perron. Gets a hip check, which is gets a cheer from the crowd. There hasn't been lots to cheer about for a bit. A shot on net, and it's off the stick. It was well wide, but off the stick there. I'm missing into the netting into the corner for Yasov. Gets that to Perron, and very fortunate was Kewen not to get called on that. That was probably a penalty. Jones up the right wing, waits, goes inside, and gets the puck across. but it's rolled off the stick of Ferrari, who will send it down behind the netting. 2:25 remaining in the second. Quick shot by Hacharik as he comes across the park, and Kruger waves at it, but not necessary. Into the netting it goes. Into the glass, I should say. Quick shot on net, and goes wide. We've got to stop the play with 2:07 left in the second. Face off to the left of Kruger. Face off one with a push by Hacharik, but stopped by Kruger. We've got another face off at 2:04 left in the period. Kewen gets it to Lindsay. It's off a player, and Mustangs have numbers. Into the zone they go. Kokkonen passes, attempts a pass to Jones. He should have taken the shot. He had a great opportunity there. BT. Kokkonen now, number 56. And Steve Kewen skates over it. He gets it back now. He's under pressure in the corner with Perront coming to cut him across. That's Matt Morantz. Battles in the corner. Shakes off a hit. Hard working Alberton. Mustangs with a chance, and it's off the stick of Hayden Sheard. Had plenty of room on net there from that shot, but the stick of Sheard came to the rescue. Steve Kewen up the right wing. Can't hit the stick of Morantz, and that's an icing, so they won't be able to complete a change. One minute and 11 remaining in the second period. 4-0 lead for the Mustangs. Zane Jones faces off and wins it with the help of Kewen. Good forecheck, and that's been part of the success today for the Mustangs. That was Mitch Humphreys with a forecheck. Jones now into the zone looking for help. His pass goes to no one, in red anyway. Mustangs with possession in this last minute of the second. Matt Watini keeps it alive. Keep being first to the puck, so Mustangs definitely having a better game than the Northstars at the moment. Here's an opportunity for Burke. He passes. It's cut off. It's under the legs of Mizzen, and he keeps it out of the net for a stop of play. Ferrari and Burke exchanging. Nothing happens, and we'll continue.
Particularly if you're Burke, like, why would you do something?
Yeah, exactly.
Now is not the time to get a suspension.
No. It was Ferrari had more to gain from it than Jamie Burke. Hacharik versus Vyasov, and it's won by Vyasov. Attempt to redirect there by Stringer, and it goes into the corner. Andrew Bellick gets a puck around for Vyasov and picks it up and takes it up the half boards. Cut off by Matt Morantz. Battling hard for the puck for Vyasov, working very hard. Great effort by him. Battling against Hacharik and Kewen. And they continue behind the net. And Malloy is ready to go. Malloy is offered him, and Vyasov, no, it's going to be Bellick, pardon me, and Malloy, and the captain's had enough. And it's gone down quickly, and there's not much happened there. And Bellick even wants to go pick up his gear before he goes off.
Chat with the bench on the way past. I guess they're not going to be seeing you again for the rest of the night anyway, so...
I think someone called out to him before he replied back, but he had no problem with that. Well, that was Vyasov and Hacharik before that, so I don't know how Belik and Malloy ended up with it thrown down, but I think it was off. It was what was happening elsewise. Not much connected there. Crowd pleaser.
It's not often you see Bard get angry, so you know. It's like a rare sighting.
I can't remember actually the last time he fought, at least for Newcastle.
Either way, it's put a little bit of life into the somewhat dead crowd at least.
It has.
Hopefully it'll do the same.
Hopefully
for the
put some
team.
life into his team, which is probably the point of it all. He needs to get his team motivated, and that's what he was willing to do for his team. We'll see if it works. So number 4, Belik. That's Andrew Belik. I don't know if he'll get a major as well. So Hamish Powell will set the penalty for Robert Malloy. And someone's been sent out. It's Powell. Tim Stanger, 11, is still in there for Petrie's misconduct. At the moment, there's just a 2-minute penalty for Newcastle, which was probably Hacharik and Vyasov.
Really nothing like a long mid-game penalty negotiation.
Yeah, especially when there's 4 seconds left in the period.
Just put some people in boxes, run for 4 seconds, sort it out later.
So setting the penalty, is that... Game misconducts are automatic for any major penalties, so that's not surprising. And Newcastle are a man down with the extra 2. So when we resume for the third and final period, we'll have 20 minutes. Mustangs up 4-0, and they'll have the power play when they return. So let's talk about happier times, Alyssa.
Yes.
So let's talk a bit
sad.
more about the Women in Sport conference coming up. We touched on it at the start of the broadcast. So as I mentioned to you, I actually didn't know about it happening. I've been part of the AIHL for a long time. So for people who don't know, there is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, the AWIHL, that runs over the summer. But it's run by IHA, not by AIHL or anyone else. AIHL is just, at the moment anyway, or it has been a men's league.
Yeah.
So do you know why is it that AIHL is involved? Are they being leaders in this space, or what was the goal of AIHL being involved in a league outside of their own area?
Well, last year during finals, they had a couple of the women on during the broadcast just to talk about their league. Because while the leagues aren't directly connected to each other, there's still a truly astonishing number of connections between the leagues. Going to, like, you have guys like Joe Rezick in Adelaide, pretty much is the reason the Adelaide team continued to exist last year because it almost didn't. And he's been a big driving force behind that. And then obviously Melbourne, there's a lot of players on their teams that are involved in some way, shape or form with helping the women's team. Yeah.
I know he's involved. His partner plays for the Melbourne AIHL down there,
But so there's already all these connections between the leagues, and despite the fact that there is no, I suppose, formal connection, it is still one of those ones where women's sports is becoming bigger and people are starting to go, okay, wait, the girls can do the exact same thing that the boys can. Like, wow, who would have guessed? And so the AIHL just really wanted to get behind that. And at the moment, the AIHL doesn't necessarily, and I suppose Ice Hockey Australia doesn't necessarily have the ability or the connections to host something like this, but the AIHL does. And they were looking at doing it earlier this year, and timing and things just didn't quite work out right, so it got shifted backwards a little bit. But yeah, it's something that they want to have an ongoing commitment to trying to improve, I suppose, awareness and the quality of women's sport and the knowledge that goes into it. And by hosting an event like this, it isn't just good for ice hockey players, because it is kind of a gathering of some of like the best minds in Australian women's sport. So there's no way it doesn't kind of benefit everyone involved. Obviously, from an Ice Hockey Australia, Ice Hockey Australia effect kind of thing, their league gets a little bit of support and more, I guess, media and mainstream attention than they can usually bring it. The AIHL gets to be like, look, we're doing this thing and it's great, which it is, and they deserve all of the praise that's getting heaped on them at the moment, because there just hasn't been anything like this that I know of before. And I spend pretty much the entire summer covering women's hockey, not just in Australia, but internationally specifically. And everyone I've talked to is psyched that this exists somewhere in the world, because it just didn't previously. No one else is doing this, and more people should be.
So it is a leadership thing very much then. Well, that's good to hear. So we have, up here in Newcastle, we previously had the Newcastle Northstars Sirens. They've gone back to being the Sydney Sirens now, but
Sydney Sirens.
There's almost half of the girls in that team are from Newcastle.
And they had a great season last year. They went undefeated the entire way through. It was amazing to cover and to watch, and just the entire thing was great.
And we've got Melbourne Ice, we've got the Adelaide Rush, and the Brisbane
Goannas that have
Queensland
possibly
team.
The coolest logo ever.
All right, well, that's a really exciting event. And, of course, that's going to be at the AIHL Finals.
Yep.
So you're going down the finals.
Yes, I am
looking
heading
forward
to
that.
finals, yes.
So at the moment, this is going to be, for those who are not aware, it's a 2-day tournament. We've got a 1 versus 4 and a 2 versus 3 matchup on the Saturday. The winners of those 2 games, it's one and done. The winners of those 2 games go on to play each other for the Goodall Cup on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And that being that's a 108-year-old Cup, 108-year-old.
It's something
cup.
like the third oldest annually awarded
national
trophy. It's like
trophy,
the Stanley Cup, something that's awarded.
The Allen Cup is the other one. Yeah.
And then us. Who would have thought Australia would have a trophy this old?
There's some provincial cups that are older. I think if you include those, so those might be in Alberta, or I think more likely they'd be over in
Ontario.
Yeah. So other than those, it's right up there anyway. It's
either way, it's
108
bizarrely
years old. It's
impressive.
So it's the 2nd and 3rd of September. That's a few weeks from now. It is in Melbourne at the O'Brien Group Arena, and you can get your tickets at www.theaihl.com. And it is a big event. Someone I've been to nearly every one there's ever been.
I haven't been before, so I'm really
excited. You're going to love it. Yeah, you're going to love it. So make sure you get your tickets and don't miss out on that great event. We'll be back in around about 10 minutes for the 3rd and final period.
the Brave, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood!
Teresic gets a shot away and scores! 4-4.
Lachlan going to the net, shoot, and he scores!
And towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away. Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! First over the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The 2017 regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Borealis. Borealis are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Hi, welcome back everyone for the third and final period here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. The Melbourne Mustangs visiting team playing the home team, the Newcastle Northstars, and it's been all Mustangs that second period. There were plenty of penalties, even had a bit of a scrap at the end of it with Andrew Pellick and Bert Malloy sitting the rest of the game. But at the end of it, it's the Mustangs with a 4-0 lead. Couple of great goals off screens there for the Mustangs. They were set up, and some big errors by the North Stars defence have given Mustangs a great lead here in the coming into the third period. And they've also got the power play, Alyssa.
Yeah, so far the game's kind of had everything except a North Stars goal, so that's how it is.
Handy for the home team, or a few of them. So they have had a couple of power plays as well. Just no chance in converting. It looked in the first period they had a couple of really good chances, but James Kruger is no mug in net, and he's kept them out. And yeah, he's looking good for a duck egg tonight. If he can keep that up, we'll see how they go. I think we might see a bit more out of the North Stars. There's nothing to leave behind in this game now. This is it for their season, beyond all doubt, if they are to lose tonight. And John Kennedy, he wasn't sure if he would play the whole game. I'm not surprised he's out there for the third period.
No.
As soon as he had a taste.
When you need help on defence, you don't.
Yes, well, especially now Malloy's out as well, so they haven't required as much help from Sheard and Chalker. And JFK is back. It's great to see him. Number 5 is alive and back in red. Players underway. Kennedy first to the puck, and they are killing the penalty in Newcastle, so they will dump it forward. 1:44 remains on that. Oh, forecheck and successful there by Morantz, and Humphreys will send the puck back to Beattie. Instead, they'll take the left wing option. Pass is a good one to Humphreys at mid-ice. Nice hard pass there. Calling for it is Burke. Back to Humphreys. Calling for it again. Tries a screenshot, but it's off the skates of Hacharik into the corner and cleared to the red line at least by Kennedy. Fake by Burke, and Kennedy gets a stick on it. Breaks up the play. Jones gets out there and quickly takes opportunity to throw a hit or two. Neither one of those particularly spectacular, but both help keep his team moving. Newcastle opportunity for a breakaway and some good hard work here, and away they go. He's got Jones with him. That's Kewen and Jones. Backdoor scores! Jones breaks the duck egg that Kruger had kept alive to that point, and with a 2-inch tap in at the back door. And Jones has gone to his bench to try and get them going. And that'll feel good after a pretty miserable second and having the extra penalty against.
I know how Mustangs social media feels about the word shutout, and I feel like
I did not say the word shutout. I only
said
implied
enough
it.
things close to it.
I only implied it by saying a duck egg. It was not even close to the word shutout.
So they can stay out of your Twitter mentions then?
Oh, the Mustangs, they love talking about goalie curses, so it didn't work for him last time, but let's see, it's only one. I need to work another 3 times for us to have a chance here. But it's great to get Zane Jones with another G on his name.
He gets so excited with like every goal he scores.
He is. That's what's
It's
so
the best.
delightful about watching him play.
In other updates and goals, CBR Melbourne Ice are 2-2 at the end of the first, so they're clearly picking up where they left off from their 13-goal game yesterday.
Goals last night, yeah. Newcastle skating hard here, and that penalty's got 14 seconds yet to go on Newcastle, but yeah, they're not staying back here at the moment, getting into it. That's off the rolls off the stick there. I think it was broke. Can't see the numbers from back here, sorry. I'm at the far end of the ice and skating onto it is Ferrari.
Oh, not again.
And Kruger out there with a quick stick poke check and gets it out from before Ferrari can get to it. So you need to get the foot to the floor on the Ferrari to get there. It didn't make it. I haven't used that pun before, but
I was just
I had
having
to take the opportunity.
vivid flashbacks to the Bears game like 2 weeks ago. I was like, what is it with goalies and wanting to go on adventures lately?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good play. It can break up an attack.
Doesn't stop it being terrifying.
So I understand. It is an anxious thing when a goalie comes out and starts playing shots and taking hits. Yeah. Or giving hits, is the case it may be. Face off, won by the Mustangs, but it's out into neutral ice, and Newcastle forechecking, and the penalties are expired, so we're back to even teams. Quickly, Lehman Waring putting some pressure on. He's out there with Steve Kewen and McCoy now for the Mustangs. Gets through the puck. Perron takes a hit from Jones, who's quickly back into the action. As soon as he gets on the ice, he's looking for a puck to steal or a body to hit. Mustangs with a quick shot is cut off, intercepted mid-ice, and Newcastle up the middle. There's Steve Kewen. He's got help. He fires a shot. It's into the skates of Beattie, and we've got to stop a play. And Tim Stanger is set free. Back to the bench he goes and gives a cheer. .17:06 left in the game. It's a 4-1 lead for the Mustangs, so a bit of life in the building after that goal, but they're going to need a lot more to bet back into it. Pass inside, quick shot and a save by Nick Mizzen. Another one, and he's lost sight of it, but it's actually gone to the corner, to the point. That pass is cut off, and Newcastle are breaking out. Morant's through some traffic. He's getting onto it is Chalker, but first to it was Robertson. Newcastle into the zone, setting up. Behind him, passes that is it's Hacharik. He's out there with Chalker. Robertson runs him up against the boards. He's out there battling against Mitch Humphreys now. To the point, kept alive. Quick shot towards net by Ferrari and is instead picked up by a 25 McMahon. Jones now. Didn't touch the puck, he was waiting to see if he could get a hit, and he did, a little one. Mustangs getting into the Newcastle zone, and Waring forechecking. Shakes off the hit there, and well done. And Waring picks himself up and gets back into the play. Kewen sends that puck, but it's gone to Beattie instead, so Mustangs are breaking out. Hayden Sheard, the last man back. They try the weak side and cannot get the pass and shot away cleanly. Newcastle now on the counter. This is a fast period, as you can tell. Over the stick of Jones. He was on his backhand, so he had limited options. And Waring tries to drive the net, and it's stopped by Kruger. A better period of play for the Northstars, but it's still a 4-1 lead for the Mustangs with 15:13 left in the game. Any more goals, Alyssa, or have they just kept it at 2 each in Canberra?
They're at end of the first. So
End of the first, so we're waiting for the second period. I'm sure there'll be many more
things,
goals.
but yeah, they seem to be rolling.
Oh, right into the pads there, Stringer, but flush on the pad, so he's okay. Kennedy goes down. And we're going to stop a play just to the left of Kruger.
Yeah, there are currently 2 Canberra Brave players at the top of the AIHL points ladder that I would say is a somewhat direct result of last night.
Plenty of goals there last night. The win, 8 goals in the end scored by the Brave. So Melbourne Ice haven't taken a full squad. I know that Dane Davis, for one, is resting after having travelled to Victoria many times this season and other places for the team. The puck is reversed and Newcastle will try and break out. But there's a good forecheck happening from the Mustangs, and there's not much space out there to get a play going. Kennedy checked, and another great forecheck by Mustangs. They've got another chance on goal and a shot and a save by Nick Mizzen. As we've often seen in this season, Newcastle will often start as a team with more possession, better chances, but they haven't been able to keep that up throughout the games, and that's often been the case where they've given up, especially in the second period. Lots of goals, and we're seeing that a bit now. Mustangs are getting to the puck first most of the time. Stick is abandoned out there. I'm not sure whose that belongs to. That's off the ceiling, so we'll stop the play to the left of Kruger. Looks like it was Perrault's stick, and he's found another. Play will resume to the left of Kruger. It's Joe Hatcharik and Perrault.
Yeah, little chat.
So Rick West was checking on something up at the Zamboni doors. So we're right to proceed. 14-13 left in the game. A 3-goal hill for the Northstars yet to climb. Face off one by the Mustangs. Beatty shrugs off a hit. Hatcharik goes down trying to steal the puck, and it's the Mustangs breaking out. Anton Kokonen's got some numbers. He holds up, and Newcastle getting called. They've got a delay call on a penalty here. So the Mustangs will be back on the power play with another opportunity coming forth, and that's a high stick call. And it's Jason Chalker called 2 minutes.
Number 16 right to the mouth from the look of it, which is not nice.
So it's fortunate then that there's only 2. Resumed. Newcastle win the face-off, but Mustangs with good pressure, and they are on the power play here. They have one more on the ice than Newcastle. Anton Kokonen. Still on the outside of the Mustangs, but they're setting up, moving the puck around. Kennedy keeps them on the outside. Now to Beatty. Jones is the other on that side of the ice. Trying to get sticks in lanes. And that's stopped and smothered by Nick Mizzen. 37 seconds expired in that power play, and we've got to change alliance from Newcastle. Back underway, Mustangs have the puck. They're on the power play, and Kokonen hands off to Burke. Winds up, shots off the skate of a teammate. Pardon me, yes it was. It doesn't look very comfortable. Dumped in the Mustangs' end. Kruger will stop it for Beatty. He'll take the break out to the left wing. Now it's Perron. Out to the left wing for Jamie Burke. Drops it off. Scrum forming in front of the net. And nothing comes of it. Mustangs setting up now at the top of the umbrella. Kokkonen hands it off. Perron with a chance to a screen, and it's off a player and wide. Perron tries to feed it to Kokkonen, and through the screen he cannot pick it up. Mustangs trying to bring it inside. Newcastle defenders collapsing. And that's chipped out and down ice. So a good power play kill for the Northstars. It's about expired with just 5 seconds remaining on it. Beattie carries the puck forward. Newcastle had the player on. Here comes Jason Chalker. Puck goes to his end, so he stays out there. Tries to block a shot, and it's a save off the pads of Mizzen. Puck fired down end, and that is an icing call, so they cannot change. That's another win for the Mustangs, as well as being 3 goals ahead.
Yeah.
So they've currently got a tired penalty kill line out there, and a spare with Chalker having come off the penalty bench. Face off to the left of Mizzen. Won by Newcastle, so an opportunity here perhaps. There's a scramble in front of the net, and into the corner goes for Vyasov. The pass is cut off, and Vyasov fans on his pass, but Mustangs have it. Jones. Vyasov makes a move, backhand, scores! Well, breakdown of play there for Newcastle. They should have had that.
It seemed almost inevitable.
It wasn't a great opportunity, but through a screen and a backhand, it was even actually a backhand shot, I think it was.
Just
one more goal for the Mustangs. So after a great penalty kill, a poor start to the resume of play, and we're down 5-1. Tapped down by the Mustangs, and part of that was just they kept on being first to the puck. It was just good play by the Mustangs. It led to that pressure, which led to the icing, and the power play, and led to a goal. Newcastle are into the zone. Off a stick and out of play off Matt Moran, so we've got to stop play with 10:41 left in the game. Kewen versus Perron. To the right of Kruger. Stringer gets the puck and sends it across ice, but it's off a Newcastle player, and it's cut off now by Kennedy in neutral zone. He fires it in, but it's gone straight to Beattie. He'll set up his players. Takes it in himself. Goes behind the net. Gets it to the half boards and heads back to his position at the blue line. Instead it's Perron taking that spot. Perron skates onto it, moves in to the top of the circles, takes a shot, and it's wide. Stringer was there at the back door, and Newcastle breaking up the left wing. Carrying the puck with speed is Steve Kewen. Drives to the net and cut off there by the stick of McMahon. Can't clear Hayden Shear with a shot, and a glove save by Kruger keeps the 5-1 lead intact, and behind play a big hit there by Zane Jones. Under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Humphreys will take the face off. Versus Hacharik. Hacharik wins it from his knees, but it'll be Humphries, I think, getting the puck eventually. Now Morantz has stolen it off it from him and has the puck currently. That's gone off the boards and Chalkers into the zone. No, I haven't seen Jonathan Ruth tonight. I must be... he's out sick. Okay. Thank you, Deb. Which is probably why Jason Chalker's on this line at the moment. This is what I was expecting to see. Shows how observant I am. I'll wait till the last 10 minutes to realise he's not playing.
Better late than never.
That's right. Well, a player's just gone crashing into Mizzen, and I think it was off contest of space, which Jason Chalker won.
You went roly-poly, that's for sure.
It was Jamie Burke and Chalker, so... No, it was not really such a contest of space as a cross-check. Oh, we've got a winner, 50-50 winner. There's one Northstars fan I'll be happy tonight.
Yeah, possibly the most exciting part of the night.
And he's here with a Mustangs friend who's enjoying the game very much. Beatty with the puck. Great mover of the puck. Gets his team going forward. Quick shot on net by Burke and a save, but it's a rebound off Mizzen, but Newcastle will pick it up. They've got plenty of traffic to contend with. Humphries battling for the puck. Look at Terrier there. Doing a great job. Powell and Naden mixing it up in the corner with Humphries and I think it's McMahon. Or no, it's another penalty, and this one's on Pat Naden.
Oh, there's a goalie in there.
Powell and Beatty getting frustrated. So the original penalty on Pat Naden stands, and he'll sit 2 minutes. I believe it's for tripping. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the game. 5-1 the lead for the Mustangs, and Newcastle are on a penalty kill again.
It's definitely not the place you need to be when you need to score 4 goals in 8 and a bit minutes.
No, it's a bit of a stretch at this point, Alyssa.
Hopes and dreams that are quietly being dashed.
They are.
To steal the Turner phrase, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but like, she's definitely doing warm-ups. There is a drink bottle.
Trying to make out what happened there. I thought there's a question if that was interference or not. Jones came into the zone. Oh yes, the puck was well beyond him. So I think it might be getting cold here. No, it's a Newcastle penalty instead.
Party in the penalty box.
So we've got a 5-on-3 and a long one here for the Northstars ahead of them. Mustangs are set up. They've only got 3 defenders to contend with. There's Jamie Burke with the puck right now. He hands it off to Beatty. Gets Burke, takes a shot, it's off a stick, and up into the ceiling for a stopper play. Face-off will be to the left of Nick Mizzen with 8:17 left. Face-off, wing a win in the end for the Mustangs. They're setting up their power play. Just 3 defenders to contend with, so the option of the weak side is pretty strong. Chance in front, they've got players, but they couldn't put it together in time. A fake. Cross ice it goes, and again. And we've got another penalty, perhaps? Or is this net off? No, I think it was just time for a break. Face off. And we still haven't got a winner. Joe Hatchai working hard down there. And he's been called waving the stick at one of the Mustangs. He did touch him, but just, and it's drawn a penalty. I guess it didn't look good to Rick West at the other side of the ice, and this is another penalty against Newcastle. 3 in a row, and they touch the puck, and there'll be another. So it's going to be another penalty queued up after this one, so the 5-on-3 is going to continue. And there's not a chance from here for Newcastle. They're going to be on the penalty kill for some time.
It's getting a little crowded in that box.
Certainly is. They might have to expand into the Mustang side. Mustangs with the puck. Setting up the umbrella. Fakes. Goes to the weak side. There's an easy screen here for the Mustangs because they've got plenty of numbers. They've got plenty of time. Fake shot. Saved by Mizzen. Loose. Smothers the puck. This time it's been wearing. Should only be minors if anything. So there's a signal to send someone to the box.
And the penalties keep coming.
They do. So it looks like Manwaring is going to the box. So is the 2 that are involved. I couldn't see the number for the Mustangs player. Did you see it?
No, I missed it.
It'll be 2 each for roughing, so it'll be a wash. There won't be any problem there. But the Northstars have a penalty queued up after this one, so even though there's 2 seconds on the original, yeah, pretty sure that was Manwaring's penalty.
Looked like like it was Robertson, number 61 for the Mustangs as well, that was involved with that little scuffle.
Okay, 61 and 27 to the box. I think they'll have to give out tickets and so they know who's first in line to get out. Yep, like Coles Deli.
Just get some of the spare 50-50 tickets and just, okay, green, E27, you get to go out first.
So those two are wash. A 5-on-3 will continue for the Mustangs, and it will continue when this next penalty expires. Burke wins a face-off. Mustangs have the puck. Into the zone they go. B carries the puck to Kokkonen. Cross ice for Burke. Tries to hit Kokkonen. You don't have to snap the ice because there's no one coming on the ice, Mr. Kruger. Well, they do come on. I think that's a mistake.
Oh, no.
That is a mistake. They should not have been coming on. You can't be 2 men down and have 4 on the ice. Our referees have not realised the mistake. Chance and a save. Or is it a goal? No, it's a goal. They're not celebrating hard. Not much point.
It's very
So
polite.
6-1 lead. It was a very polite celebration by the Mustangs.
I do quite appreciate a polite celebration.
And I think that is Humphreys with the goal. No, it was off Perron. So 6-1. I think Mustangs are going to win this, Alyssa.
Yeah, I'm probably going to say that's it, so sad.
At least that will free up some space in the penalty boxes. One penalty has expired, and that expires one more, which I believe means Newcastle down 1 player, yes. So it's still a power play for the Mustangs. Oh, they're all washed.
Have Melbourne Ice have scored the first goal of the second period in Canberra. So
They're leading 3-2.
they're tampering the Braves' hopes of securing a final spot this evening at the moment.
Powell looking for a penalty, does not get one. Fired in on net and a save by Mizzen, and cleaned up there by Hayden Sheard. Another one of the young guys here playing really well this season, really well. Sheard currently with Robertson down behind the Newcastle net. Shot on net attempt, and another shot there. I think it was from Burke, and it was a good one, close to going in. Mustangs going out to blood here. Newcastle are deflated and they're not playing well, or worse than previous, and they're getting called for everything. Into the zone they go. Newcastle, first time for a long time, takes a shot and it's saved by Kruger off Matt Morant, kept in by Kennedy. He waits, he fakes, he shoots. It's high and hot and goes past Pat Naden, Joe Hacharik in 12. Into the zone. So the Mustangs, a shot by Perron, and look, that's a save by Nick Mizzen. 4:37 left in the game. So the Mustangs are arguing now with referee Rick West, and now they're going to play a sent to the box, I believe. Or they've just been sent back on the ice. Yeah, so they've tried to change after the drop of the arm, and that's what it was. Kokkonen now with the puck. Down behind Newcastle net. Here comes a change you're after. Perron under the puck. Oh, it's rolled off the stick. Pardon me, that was McCoy. And Newcastle on the counter-attack. Drops it off to Morantz and pardon me, Kewen, and been running with him, but Mustangs have the puck, and Stringer tries to dig it out from under the door and gets it out. Steve Kewen with the puck. Off the skates of Jones, into the zone they go. Acharik waits up successfully, but it's Perron with the puck. Beatty gets it back. Mustangs have no lead for urgency at this stage. They are pretty much guaranteed this game at this point. Beatty carries the puck. Kokanen runs a bit of interference for it. That would be a Shepherd in rugby league. No such rule in ice hockey. And that's offside, so we'll have a stop of play outside of the Newcastle zone. We've got 3:20 left in the game. Mustangs picked up 3 points last night, and I think this win pretty much set now. We'll have them in the finals, so well done to them.
Yeah, all but secures it.
I can't even imagine a situation where they wouldn't be in the finals at this stage. Humphries battles with Chalker. Robertson digs it out. McMahon with a puck. Gets it to Burke. He loses the puck. Pass inside. Misses all red jerseys and instead goes in the corner. That was off Jones. Kept alive at the blue line. Or not. No, it was offside. .239 left in the game.
Yes, they'll have to wait till next weekend against the Thunder to officially get congratulated on making it, but I don't see it not happening.
I agree. It's pretty set now. Into the zone. Dumped in the corner by Matt Lindsay. Matt Beatty, opposite number 3, takes out the wing. Jones cuts him off. Just gets a shoulder on him and slows him up enough to lose the puck. Been wearing battles for the puck, but Mustangs have it. And the net is off. We've got to stop a play. We will resume to the left of Charlie Smart. Kennedy has the puck. Matt Lindsay under pressure, sends it back to Kennedy, but the puck is moving slow and he's under pressure himself now. Gets a pass away. Newcastle struggling to get out of their zone at the moment, and they've lost the puck. There's another chance for the Mustangs. Counter attack by Newcastle, up the left wing they go. First to it though is McCoy. Kokanen has the puck. He's with Perron. Jason Chalker now carries it into the zone. Waits, backhand with Teeny. Sends it back out to Sheard, and the puck is out of play. No, it's not in play. It's in the middle of the ice where no one can find it, including me. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Dave Ferrari has a puck. Newcastle breaking out. Chance again for Mustangs. They shoot. And a save. Mustangs here with possession. Down to 45 seconds, 40 seconds. And they're all over this puck right now. Looks like could be another penalty. So Newcastle will be short-handed for this final 31 and a half seconds.
Definitely not the way you want to go out if you...
It doesn't really matter at this point. Mustangs at the puck, and they too are happy to waste time. Here comes Burke. Perront stops at the blue line. Mustangs setting up. And scooped out of the zone with just 10 seconds remaining. And Matt Lindsay is happy to waste time as well. He takes a shot and instead it goes off the back of Perront. Oh, there's Kokanen. And that is the game. Well done, Mustangs. I think it's sealed now. Your finals chances are ahead of you. And they've been by far the better team for most of this game tonight. 6-1 the win for the Mustangs.
Definitely a nice way for them to kind of close out what was a really big weekend for them.
6 points from this weekend.
6 points against the two teams, well, 3 points each from the two teams that were directly trying to steal their space.
Yes, they were. Newcastle had an opportunity. They had Morantz back, they had Kennedy back, but they had their opportunities definitely early on in the first period. They were looking like the better team. It didn't last for long, and Mustangs were the better team for most of the game, and a whole bunch of penalties definitely locked them out of any chance at that point. So it was a deserved win by the Mustangs. We'll be back next week. We've got 2 games here. I'm not sure about the Sunday game at this stage with the ice, but we're definitely streaming the Saturday game against the Brave. So we hope to see you then. We hope you enjoyed your broadcast, whether you're watching from Melbourne, from overseas, Newcastle, or anywhere across Australia. Thanks all. We'll catch you on our next broadcast.
Bye.
Good night.